What's up guys, Cloudie here checking in from the America server, and this is gonna be episode 2 of the Tower of Challenge series where we are facing off against the Hound unit on level 76. So let's see what this is all about. We are facing Crow, Mitra and Pansuron of course, and the main part of this fight is that Crow is standing in the back and constantly charging his S3 skill. If you let him cast it, then you pretty much die because it one-shots everyone. Meanwhile, both Mitra and Pansy do a fair amount of damage to you, and they can sometimes one-hit your DPS or your mid and back line, so you have to be careful with that too. Now, to deal with Crow, you need pretty much constant mini interrupts. There are a number of characters who can do this. We will shoot 2 of them in this video, and I'm gonna be using my Crow. Actually, I need to change my setup. Let's see. So I'll be lazy and use Fallen Fray because I don't like to die, but for a healer you kind of want someone who has continuous healing and the cleanse, because Pansy has a stacking fire dot debuff that can hurt over time quite a bit. So I used to run this with Juno, but you could also do like Raffi. Fallen Fray just makes it very simple. Now my to-go interrupter was actually Zafir with his unique treasure, not unique treasure, with his S1 skill, which you can get with stuns the hit enemy for 1 second perk. So with this you can continuously interrupt Crow in the back, and it has a fairly short cooldown. You can pretty much spam this one, so it's fairly easy to keep Crow in check with this. For DPS, I'm gonna use Crow. Crow versus Crow. My Crow is like mid build. He's a 1 plus 16 with a 4-star unique weapons, 3-star unique treasure. He has decent gear. Nothing super fancy. I'm using a 3-star music box because these are actually heroes. But this has the added benefit, quote unquote, that your Crow can get one-shotted by Pansy and Mitra at the beginning before you get your shields up. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. And for tank, I used to run with Klaus because his S1 could interrupt Crow before actually my Zafir had mana for the first cast. But nowadays I'm just using actually someone else, and that someone else is someone we need to find somewhere down the list because she's used so rarely these days that I don't even know where I have placed her. Let's just sort for front. Okay, actually she's not so far down. Okay, I don't even know where my own units are. Never mind. So Sonya S2 is a continuous mini stun AoE wide, and that really helps. So let's see how this works out in the battle. We should have auto turned off still from the previous fight, but I think I may have had it on for the tanks. So I'm gonna try and pre-queue her S2 because that's what we need to actually interrupt the Crow. For Frey, we're gonna start queuing that skill. And then we basically just spam the skills of Zafir and Crow until we are able to interrupt everyone. That might go off. Nope. Okay. So meanwhile, Crow is stacking up his buffs, and together with Zafir and Sonya, Crow pretty much never gets to shoot. We just stack up our own Crow's buffs on him, and then go in for the kill, which should be soonish now. I think we can do this once. Hopefully I'm not gonna die from it. And then that one hit both Crow and the others and Pansy, and then we just need to kill like Mitra, and that's it really. So that's the gist of the fight. I have originally done this with like Chase and Cecilia. Cecilia is really interesting because she can kick Crow into the melee range, so you have access to him even with a chase, and then your tanks and other characters can interrupt him more frequently. So basically the most important part of this fight is to keep interrupting Crow himself, otherwise his S3 will be one-shotting your entire team, and that's obviously not fun. So characters that are actually really useful here: Sonya definitely, Zafir, Klaus with his S1, but Klaus' S1 has a fairly long cooldown, so I have to keep that in mind that he can't do it alone. I personally really like Zephyr because his low cooldown S1 can do this solo. Also important that if you use one of your tanks to do the initial interrupt, you will need a Soul Spring Water because Crow just charges up his S3 so fast, you will never have enough mana to get that initial skill off. Originally I've been doing this with a 2-star one, that's more than enough. Now I have a 3-star, that's the lowest one I could put on Sonya. But yeah, so this is the important part. So either use a Sonya or a Klaus, or a Zafir, who is really helpful, and then like if you can use a Cecilia, you can push him into the middle and then use one of your melee characters to kill him. This is not necessarily needed, you can just take care of him with a ranged one too, it just makes it simpler. But in this case we were just using Sonya and Zafir for the mini interrupts, and Frey because technically you can get her for free and her shield is just super OP, not taking damage. You could see that my Crow nearly died at the beginning, so having that shield up really makes the fight easier. Originally I've been doing this with Juno, who also works fairly well. So yeah, this has been stage 76, guys. Hound unit against the Hound unit, or like Crow against the Hound unit. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. And this has been Cloudie for now. See you in the next one. Bye bye.